Sky's the limit, there are no rules. So in my workshop, the first thing we do in workshop number 1, which there's 3 workshops total with a maintenance workshop that we hold later on, and we'll get to that in a minute. But in workshop 1, it's the foundational piece, and it's the most important, because step 1 in that workshop is me handing you a magic wand and saying, what do you want? What do you really, really want? I'm gonna let you borrow my magic wand, and you get to pick something right here, right now. And if you can hurry and think of more than one, go ahead. Just boom, 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 as many as you can, and then I'm gonna take that back. So it's getting clear on what it is that you really, really want. So the next step, what you're gonna do is you're gonna write out the entire list of your dreams and what you waved your magic wand for. And as you write it out, there's a few rules that you follow. One is you write it in the present tense as if it's already so, like it already happened. Either has been, it did it came to pass, or it's in the now, right now, like you're experiencing it. You don't write in the future ever, because otherwise it will always be in the future. So you write it in the now, and then you avoid negativity. Make sure it's in the present tense, positive statements, and the way we edit that as a class in the workshop is we either pass it to our neighbor and they read it backwards, unless it's super intimate, then you can do your own, and you read it backwards because you're looking for any code words that would be negative that are disguised in a sentence if you're actually reading it in conversation form. Step number 3 is we basically take that same finished product and we write a letter to God. Dear Heavenly Father, and then everything that we wrote that we really, really want and why we feel we're deserving of it. And there's other strategies that we write into this letter that make it powerful. And then we close it properly, as in the form of prayer. And so in closing it in the form of prayer, we actually will have homework where you take that home and you do something with it. And that's homework that we'll talk about in the workshop. So powerful, powerful exercise. Step number 4 is basically we then take our finished product of what we're wanting to manifest or create in our lives, and we put it on the platform or altar of the power of intention. And you hear of the power of intention everywhere, but what I'm going to share with you is something that I learned from my past when I was 7 years old and I was in a car accident, and I actually had a near-death experience. And so what I came back doing as a result of remembering how we are in the spirit, I always kind of looked for someone to teach these things, or someone knows this somewhere. It's not just me, everybody knows this, right? Well, as time went on and I grew older, I started to notice that people don't know these things. And these are the missing pieces to what makes the law of attraction work and all the things that govern our earth. And so there are specific steps, and I can't get into it in this video, but there's sub-intentions underlying the actual intention of what manifests things, how you manifest things into your life. So step number 5 is probably my favorite, and this is what makes my workshop so unique. And that is I specialize in reprogramming your spiritual blueprint. So that looks like belief systems that are incorrect or stopping you from progressing in life or accomplishing what you desire. We reprogram that to be of truth so that it's serving you in your highest and best good. And one thing that I teach about that is that the programming that's currently running, it totally serves you. It's totally helping you and working for you in your life. But sometimes it has negative consequences, or it's okay, but it's not serving you in your highest and best. So what we do is we actually reprogram that to be of truth and light and in your highest and best, so the sky is the limit and you can do anything you want with these manifesting techniques that you learn in the workshop. But we're basically not only reprogramming, but we're also taking big chunks of blocks and we're removing it. So that, you know, if you are full of blocks and you're trying to manifest something, it's like roadblock, it can't come in. But if we remove the blocks out of the way, you start to manifest, you're now an open vessel for receiving. It can come in and it can have space within your life. And now this is your new life. Workshop 1 is a life vision sign. Now, that probably sounds familiar. I've heard of something like that before, aka vision board, okay? But we call it something different. And the reason we call it that is because it really is a sign. It's actually pointing the directions, just like the signs on the road, to your life purpose. And the things that come up in that, they're not just, oh, I want to manifest this and I want to manifest that. It is that, however, it's so much more. It's dealing with the subconscious. And we follow a specific strategy on how we make that life vision sign. So what's really cool about when you're done making it in our class is that we are going to reveal to you what your vision sign means about your life. I mean, you name it, whatever you put on your board, how you put it on your board, where it's located on the board, the color scheme, the specific things. If there's faces, what are the faces making? What does that mean? There's so many things to read on your board. And so we have a tool that basically will read your board. And this is the part where people say, oh my gosh, she's psychic. Like, she doesn't even know me. Now she knows all these things about my life. And it's like, no, I just read your board. You wrote it on your board and I read it back to you. So that's workshop number 1. Workshop number 2 is super exciting because at this workshop, you already did workshop number 1. You can't do number 2 unless you've completed 1. 1 is visual, obviously, with your sign. Workshop number 2 is audio. So with audio, what we do is we take your first workshop piece where you wrote what you wanted to manifest, and we form it in a way that we make sure we're covering all the different areas of your life so that everything is enhanced as a whole. We teach about relationships, we teach about the order of living, and really it's all about order and how to have structure in your life. However, then we take that structure and we compose it into a statement that is ideal to your life, kind of like a Bill of Rights, but it's more so manifesting the Bill of Rights that you desire to have in your life right now, and this is your life. Okay, and what we do is we record it, and we don't just record it. We will record it to specific music. This could be brain music. This could be like the Baroque music, classical type stuff. We also have subliminal programming that's recorded to music or nature sounds. So if you're like, I don't want to listen to that music every single day, that would drive me nuts. Well, let's do some nature sounds that are beautiful. So basically, this is an additional tool on how we reprogram the subconscious mind. This is a different tool than what you originally did in the first workshop, so I don't want those to get confused. But they're both very powerful. And so with the subliminal programming or the Baroque music or the specific brain therapy music that I have access to, when we're listening to that, we're literally remapping the brain and the subconscious. So workshop number 3 is our Manifesting Miracles montage. And what that is basically workshop number 1 and 2 combined together. So that looks like, have you ever done like a wedding or had a birthday party and you did photos, or a funeral and you have photos to music? Well, that's basically what it is. We're combining all those things together and we're creating a movie. So now we have the visual, the audio sign, we have the audio, which is the life audio statement, and now we have the actual movie that's like everything combined into one, and it's almost interactive, and your voice is on there and your pictures are on there and your statement is on there and the music you chose is on there. So the idea is you have so many tools in your life, there's no way you're not going to manifest what you're trying to manifest, because you can watch this, you can look at that, or you can listen to this. So once a month we hold a monthly mastermind mingle. And what that is for graduates that have come through all 3 workshops, and we basically come together and we manifest. I love this maintenance program because it really holds accountability to make sure you're on track with your goals, to keep your vibration high and the spirits up, because that's necessary. You have to feel good right now in order to manifest. And so that's why the foundational principles of everything I do is all about the freedom to feel good right now. Because you have to feel good. You have to have that high vibration. So this maintenance program helps you to stay there, but it also helps to reconnect us to each other. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm so excited that you did, because that thought process and the visual that you've seen right here, right now, is the spiritual blueprint of a possible wonderful creation in a journey that we could have together. I invite you to join me.